Hey everyone, welcome to our live broadcast of the 2019 Transatlantic Professional Go Team Championship. This is Game 5, it's been a while. We're back, finally. I'm Stephen Hu from the AGA Broadcasting team. Joining me tonight, one of the most beloved Go teachers in Europe, Mr. In-sung Huang, 8Dan. Thank you so much for being here, In-sung.
Yep, I'm expecting this game for so long, and I'm ready for making you enjoy this game even more.
Yeah, definitely look forward to it. How are you?
Good, I'm good. Yeah.
All right. Looks like we're ready to watch some Go. That's yes. Great. So actually, this is Game 5 tonight. We have the EGF teams Ali Jabarin, 2-dan professional, taking on Eric Dui, 1-dan professional from the AGA. First of all, the players will be setting up the games OGS at any point now. So just by the way, we're changing to the OGS Go server. But first of all, I'd like to read first of all an official statement from Mr. Andy Okun, the president of the AGA. So this is the statement. If you recall, the previous game ended when time ran out for the European player. Ultimately, referee Min-Won Kim decided that the clock would decide the game, citing the responsibility of the players to bring any technical difficulties they're having to the attention of tournament officials. The organizers of the tournament, after reviewing the circumstances of the game, have decided to host the seeding games on OGS, which is believed currently to have more consistent performance on both continents. We have also decided on some additional rules to clarify and provide some tools for handling communications problems. The proctors, who sit with the players as evidence, there is no use of outside playing aides, will now be assistant referees. While the players still must take responsibility for their connections, if a player suffers an unexpected communications interruption, the player may immediately indicate their move to the assistant referee, in which case it will be treated as a sealed move for the game to be resumed. If a team disagrees with the referee's decision on any matter, the recourse is for the team leader to file a written appeal, which will be referred to a panel of judges selected by the AGA and EGF. The panels will be final. Playing consequential games remotely, especially in the age of strong Go AIs, has many difficulties. We hope these measures will help us manage them. And that was the statement from Mr. Andy Okun. So yeah, it looks like we did take a break. So of course we were fixing the new rules now. So we're back on track. Hopefully for everyone tonight, it's going to be a good match. I think just try to enjoy the games as it goes. I think we're still going to have lots of good Go action left in this tournament. So definitely let's try to all celebrate the fact that we have this great tournament with us. Anyway, looks like the players are ready to set up the games, but before that, let's get them on a line. So maybe let's start with Eric Lee from the AGA team. Hey, Eric.
Hey, Stephen.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
All right. Looks like this will be your second match in the Transatlantic Championship now. Are you ready to face your opponent today?
Yes, I'm ready.
Cool. Have you prepared anything before facing Ali today? Did you practice anything?
I practiced a few games.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Looks like you warmed up before this match, so hopefully it'll be a good one. We wish you the best of luck, and yeah, see you on the Go board.
Thank you, Stephen.
All right, that was Eric Lee from Team AGA. Let's try to get Ali on the line. Hey, Ali.
Hey, Stephen. What's up?
Hey, good to see you. It's been 2 hours.
Did you miss me? Did you miss me?
Yeah, already. I mean, I was thinking about you on the way back. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the Amsterdam tournament. How are you feeling now?
Better. Took a cold shower. Feeling better.
Great. Have you played Eric before? Are you ready to face this challenge?
Yeah, sure. We played a few times. Also in some tournaments. So I think I'm ready.
All right. We wish you a great game. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So those are the two players we heard from just now. They will be setting up the game now on the OGS Go server. We're going to take a break, just a few minutes to get everything ready. And after we come back, we'll have officially Game 5. It's a match on once again at the Transatlantic Pro Championship. Stay tuned. We'll be back after a break. All right, guys, welcome back from the break. It looks like the game has already started. Once again, this is the live commentary of the 5th game of the Transatlantic Professional Go Team Championship. This is the first annual tournament where EGF professional players take on AGA professional players. So it's already been going on for a while now. You can check the OGS server for the link. There's one in the top right corner. So please make sure you join the conversation there. Also, as this commentary is going on, feel free to vote for your favorite players in the Twitch polls underneath the video player for sure. Anyway, this game has been going for a while. We can of course spend some time to try to catch up the opening. There's not been many moves, so maybe we can just start talking about the game itself a little bit. So it looks like Ali and versus Eric. This is going to be a good match in Song.
Right, especially Ali takes white and Eric takes black. I think it is a good match. I mean, with good color because I checked their games to let know their style of play because I had no information about their style of play or personality.
Right.
So I checked it and I found many of Eric's games that he played Chinese opening as black. So I was maybe I thought he could play this Chinese opening and he made it. And then
so you're spot on.
Ali's style is like an outboxing style that he doesn't make the powerful fight but just collect points and win somehow by points
he's
in the end.
Player.
Yes, so I think he's more fit to White's style. So I think it is quite good match with Eric's black and Ali's white. And as we checked and chat a little bit before we stream, that we expect that probably Eric doesn't follow the proper way but more aggressive way, and Eric chose the aggressive way. So that is quite interesting. So maybe we can start from the beginning?
Sure. As you wish. Yeah.
Because this is already quite unusual, is it? So many players.
Well, actually, it was I suppose a bit like old school versus new school because like you said, right? Eric started with a low Chinese opening. I think that was very popular back then. Maybe I think not so much in 2019, right? But
yes. It was played in 2016 or 17. I mean, by AlphaGo, more like Master. The Master came on the online and won against the top 60 pros. And at the time, it was played. I remember. And since then, it's come from time to time. But before that, Chinese opening was played, and this 3-3 invasion was the proper invading point, right? So push, log, and exchange and tenuki, and black makes the formation like that. That was the traditional way. And once again, the traditional way was broken, not this approach, but attach, which is also invented by AlphaGo. Okay. Anyway, instead of that, this was quite fashionable. Before AlphaGo, I think before AlphaGo was quite, this sequence. I think if you're the Dan player, then pretty familiar with it. That black plays Hane, white exchange once and extend like this, or just extend. That when black connects, white doesn't really need an answer because there's something, but not really necessary to defend for now. So white tenuki, let's say somewhere else, then black can play Hane to make the call here.
Okay, so it's it's a call for life in the corner, right?
Right, that is the one. There's one interesting variation that when black plays here, if white exchanges once and play this one to save the group or make the call in a better way, then it is not possible to save because there is a good black move to kill, which is a bit quite interesting that black plays this one and comes here.
Oh wow, that's so cool! It's a death for in the corner now, right?
Right, capture and here. It's a bit special band 4 situation, right? Why need to connect at some point, or maybe white goes a few moves, but only a few moves. And then later, why need to come back, and why need to, if white captures here, we're gonna just make the, the band 4 in the corner situation. So white should not play, but white should connect. Oops, of course, cannot play. White connects, and white should come from the other direction, like from A direction.
Yeah.
But white cannot play because it's the self-party. So it is a dead shape.
So white's just dead, right?
Yes, in this case. So white should not exchange this one, but just answer. Then black can only play this Hane to make the call. So this is the call. So I can make it. So because it is call, White doesn't need to answer right away. So can Tanuki and later call comes like this.
Yeah.
That was the one. And after that, after AlphaGo, I think when White plays Hane, Black just doesn't answer, and then Tanuki, that was also played.
Yeah.
Right, just like that. And I saw one of Eric's game that he approached one and played this one. There is a special name on this position. Do you know this opening formation?
Well, the M4 move seems pretty novel to me.
Yes, it's called aggressive Chinese opening.
Aggressive Chinese.
Not known, in fact. It's very, seldomly played. But anyway, I knew this because I like this kind of formation game. I like to take black myself, and I like to make the formation big framework like this and bring opponent in and fight. That is what I usually do.
Yeah.
And Eric, I checked about 15 of his games, and he plays in this way when he takes black. And even if he takes white, he likes to have the formation and bring opponent into fight. So I was expecting this one. But,
so
Eric,
you really did a lot of studying into Eric's games.
I have no idea of the Eric and Ali's game, so that's why I tried to check it. There are 5 European pros, and I played against 3 of them, and 2 of them I've never played, which are Mateus and Ali. So
actually, exactly the 2 that have appeared so far.
Yes, I was expecting to have Ilya Shukshin or Pavel that I played against, but unfortunately for me, Ali came, so I did not know what to tell about him. But maybe you can tell more because you played against Ali just 2 days ago, right?
Yeah, that was nice. Managed to be the pro for the first time ever. But of course, I mean, I think Ali is an amazing player. I think just as you said, sometimes he actually a lot of the times he plays very peacefully. I think his style is very calm as opposed to other players. Of course, I've also witnessed the European professionals firsthand, so I think he's very he's maybe less aggressive, so it would seem, compared to the other players like Ilya, for example. Ilya's always poking around his opponent's groups, and then so I suppose the pitfall could be, if you play too safely, right, then you're going to fall behind in Goche. Which is what he did in our game. So I felt like I was getting Santi all the time. So I think from my perspective, I was actually a bit worried for Ali when we played this weekend at the Amsterdam tournament. But
maybe
I hope
people don't know why we are talking about this.
Yeah.
That Steven, he won against Ali, the real tournament in Europe. That's why we're talking. Why are you here? You should play, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, it was
this is a nice moment.
Big achievement that you ever had in Europe, right?
This will be my memoir. So anyway,
I checked the game. It was quite good.
Oh, thank you. I hope I can play like that every once in a while again.
Okay. Anyway,
I think that Ali will perform well here. He has a pretty tough opponent. Eric has, I think, won many games in, certainly in the U.S. And he's also represented the U.S. in many international tournaments. So definitely a very strong opponent. Right? And and I think he's definitely a dominating force in the Washington area where he lives. So he usually wins almost every tournament there. So
in fact, I checked that the personal, all the 5 U.S. pros, they play each other. I checked the personal, how to say,
they're head-to-head, right?
Yes, they're the game record. Eric played most of the games, so he's quite active player. He joins lots of tournaments among 5, and he played lots of games against other people in US and also the professional players.
Right.
And it was the most active player. Anyway, so we should go back to the topic.
Sure.
This Pip, when it came first time, one of the strongest players at the time, the Choi Chul-han, 9M professional player.
The Viper, it's called.
Yes. There were some discussions about the AlphaGo's move between the top pros, And what Choi Chan said is that this is the move that he cannot understand at all. And he feels that it's like a bug move. That he said that this move will be disappeared in a few years. He said, according to him.
Really? Wow.
Yes, he said that even. But it's been played quite many times, and it came again. So that is quite interesting. The one variation what I know is that connect knight move. Then why is it good for white?
I guess this would be. I mean, right now, if black plays the R17 Kosumi, right, and then the R15, the P15 peep would be a super nice exchange, right?
Yes, right.
I think I was at the workshop with Fan Hui actually at the Amsterdam tournament as well. Even he said something about this, and I think from my understanding, black could have, for example, extended at Q13 or even jump further, right? But instead he connected, which would seem a bit slow.
So after the AI moves, when we check it, then we have many of this kind of dilemma situation. That in this case, if black answers it, then it is good for. If black answers, then it is good for white. Okay. But in case black doesn't answer, but black tenuki, like this, and later if white plays, then this AB turns as the bad exchange. So this is kind of a dilemma. I mean, black plays, black bad. White plays, white is bad. Like this. That kind of situation, the computer programs makes quite a lot. There's one very interesting move. I mean, just locally here, white approaches, pincer, and white plays. Then in the AlphaGo teaching tool, I checked that once black's answer was this one. I mean, that is quite strange, isn't it? I mean, whoever
super weird,
Yeah, super weird. But this was the move that AlphaGo teaching tool suggested in one position. And that kind of move, it's the move that if white plays now around this area, then it'll be good for black because it is, quite tough to handle. When black plays attached and black answers, then it turns as pretty nice shape. Okay? But in case white tenuki, and later black plays an additional move like that, then this move 4 turns as the bad move. So the AI moves gives this kind of dilemma that when a player play, then bad. Okay. You understand what I mean? It's a bit complicated.
It's like a hack, basically.
Yeah, it's a hack. So I don't play, you don't play like this. So that is quite strange. So this is one.
Yeah. So we have one question from the chat, by the way. So sorry. Someone was asking, who are you? So this is your time to shine now.
I'm the player in Europe. I've been living in Europe for about 10, 11 years. And I'm on the third place of the European rating system for now. But from 2013 to 18, I was on the first for like 5 years. And after that, the two young players, Young Sam and Seongjin, Kim Young Sam and Kim Seongjin, they came. They are 10 years younger than me, and they over me. So I'm on the third. But at least still I'm on the higher than the European pros.
That's great. And I think everyone from Europe already knows you because you run a school called the Yinglusen Dojang, right? That's very popular.
Yeah, I become a third from the first. So many people say that I would feel bad about it, but in fact not, because the first two players are on my school that I hired them. So I'm the top three. I'm the third who have two who has the top players on my school. So I think it is a better position,
That's
so
great.
I cheered them joining the tournament, and I just, stay back and then, take coffee and watch their games.
I know that you're a super amazing teacher. I think I've watched your reviews from both European Go Congress and the US Go Congress, right? I think you go to both this year.
Yes, this year as well. I'm going to join it.
All right, then that's an invitation for everyone to join the congresses.
Yeah, one good reason, huh?
Yeah,
you too,
just to see Insong, yeah.
Okay, so anyway, when white plays here, black tenuki, black better not to answer because then this AB exchange gonna become a good exchange for white. And if black doesn't play, then later it could turn as a good exchange for white for black.
Yeah.
And here white played pincer. So I suppose if white answers, then Eric planned to play this opening, the aggressive Chinese one. Anyway, so but he did not allow it. Ali played this one. If it was Ali, then I think he's gonna choose this option, that just take corner and play in an easy way, because Ali's type is like outboxing type, that he doesn't make the direct fight, but just keep following the proper lines and collect points, and don't make opponent KO, make them opponent down, but just make the easy moves and with the good territorial intuition, taking more points than opponent and win. But Eric's style, according to the games that I checked, he uses his power, so that's why he makes this counter pincer to attack it. But this move was a bit questionable, in fact, because I'm sure that Eric
looks pretty cool, though.
Yes, it's cool, in fact. But this is the proper move that I expect. Here and black goes out in this way, or if black doesn't want to exchange, black should just go. But if black plays in this easy way, white also can go. So maybe he dislikes this kind of proper way. So I expect that he plays like this one, which gives a little bit more pressure. The push and hane in this way.
This looks a bit like move 37, the AlphaGo shoulder hit.
But that is kind of known move, that black wants to press it down and fight. If I catch them, black blocks and fight. I like this kind of way because I'm the player who likes to give a pressure and take points from opponent's area. If I want to earn money, then I don't work myself, but I ask someone else. Okay, do it, and then I take some money from them. That is what I like it. So give a pressure and take points from opponent's area. So I was expecting this one, but this was even more than what I expected. This is, in general, known as a bad move because this wise extension, the one space, is quite a good one. I suggested this one. Black could also play in this way. But if black plays, white gonna play this one right away. And it's quite annoying because there will be a cutting point, this one. That are quite annoying, the AB, the cutting point. And black cannot answer because to answer here is a bit, loose, isn't it? And to play this kind of bad exchange makes the corner quite solid.
Yeah, so, now white's like all fixed up, right? White's shape is much better. Right,
so that's why I expect that black gonna play this one and then do something later on. But he even covers it. So why play this one? Ali, likes to follow the proper way. So of course this one, he just follows it. And then I saw the game up to this and don't know what to do. In fact, as black, what black can do is only.
Looks like a running battle now. It's real. We have one black group coming out to the center, and then the white group is also trying to, make a living for itself.
When already black played this A, the counter pincer, what black need to focus is to keep making this B group as the weak group. If B group stays in a weak position, then it will be difficult for white to come to around C area. So this is the general idea of this counter pincer, that you give a pressure, the B group is weak, so it's not easy to do something else than taking care of B. That is the idea, but now if I just simply jumps away, then even D group is as weak as B. Then it means that the neighbor, the B, becomes stronger. Therefore, to invade around C is quite easy from white side.
So because black has to take care of the group at D, right? Because now that's going to become a target if black doesn't do anything to fix that.
Yes, exactly. So that's why I don't know what to do. So black need to find another special move to find it, but don't know. White played hane. Okay, that's the extra game,
real game, right? I think,
Right. White played hane.
Oh, and black didn't answer. Wow.
So I suppose he wanted to have this exchange to make the strong connection. Okay, reasonable. Or he was afraid that black can come to the corner later on. But it's not easy. So if I were white, I would just have played this one. It looks just natural. And after this, black should block. I mean, if I were black, I would have blocked it like this. Because then, as I said before, this A group is in the weak position. Therefore, black can expect more territory around B area. But okay, did not.
Also, it looks like they played away, right? There's the old saying: if you don't know what the proper response is, just Tanuki, right?
Yes, that is the one that we have it. But if I just extend on the second line, he did not. Okay, then it looks pretty comfortable game for white. So definitely, I cannot say that black gained something from the pincer. What black got from pincer is only this pincer. This is the only thing what he got. But he is now losing some points around this lower left corner because white has an advantage in this fight.
Oh, it looks like, I mean, white can just also like cut off the 3 stones, right? That's pretty big.
That's too big.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too big.
I mean, is he going to do it now?
I cannot even imagine that like gives that 3 stones. This should be quite okay game for white. Okay.
Already? Well, we're only at move 30 here. Already.
Against Mateus as well. He failed in the opening stage. And then he later catch and chased a little bit. But anyway, at least Ali, I'm sure that he'll be very happy to take this 3 stones.
So you think he will just push through and take the 3 stones, right? Grab some cash, and then I guess black is gonna, black is gonna build the left side, right? That's so
what he is worrying, I suppose, black can exchange this and make the clear connection like that. But white can block even. That looks just okay.
So even like this, it's super big for white in the bottom left corner.
Right. If white doesn't want to do it, then we need to find some other exchanges. But don't need to. Look, the card is quite clear. To make the game. Okay. That's good for white.
I think both players probably anticipated this sequence, right? Maybe black thinks that because he has the Atari and the connection as C6, actually he doesn't lose as much as it seems, right? Maybe that's what he had in mind.
Okay, I suppose. White didn't.
Oh, wow, okay, all right, the wedge.
Okay, so
that's a deviation from our plan already.
Okay. Cannot. White can also do this. Basically, white is in the good position.
Yeah. So it looks like he's aiming for the left side instead, right? He's not really trying to cut that immediately. He can still do it at any given point of the game. He can still cut out the 3 stones. That's a lot of cash.
Right. I think now black must answer. I mean, this one black must answer. If black does not, then compared to the other case, the white takes it. The black cuts. Black takes this left side clearly, but in this case, I cannot even take that. So this should be quite tough. Okay.
So he must save, right? I mean, not only is the points, but also if he saves the 3 black stones in the bottom left corner, then it's gonna also affect the power dynamic, right? We mentioned that white had 3 stones on the bottom. So if white pushes through, then that's going to be completely just, warriorless from now on. So it'll make easier. I think it'll make things easier, especially for the low right corner invasions, right? At R5 you mentioned earlier.
Okay. So it seems that Eric is not very sensitive on the point issue, that he believes in the potential. That there are some players who believe in this kind of, potential, the framework.
Yeah.
So, if it is his style, then it is fit to his style of play. But from the third person's point of view, the corner, the points look so big. Even I said in the beginning that I'm on the Eric's side. I like to have the fighting and giving the pressure with my
big framework, right?
Yes. So like infighting style, not outboxing, but infighting style. But even on my side, it's a bit too much.
Okay. So you think it's already too much sacrifice, right? Because
yes.
Also, by the way, Eric is playing as black, so he's gonna have to give that 6.5 Komi. For those of you who don't know how Komi works, because I think we might have some people who are just into Go and watch right now. So Komi is actually something we implement to compensate for the person who's going second, basically white, right? Because if you start with the first move as black, then of course you're gonna have a higher chance of getting more points. So as a result, we try to compensate this with a fixed number. So in this case, we have Japanese rules, which means that white will get 6.5 extra points, which means that, of course, black will go first, and he has initiative to build his own framework, but then he needs to make up for that deficit, right? So actually, it seems like if white makes a lot of points, then black will have to really convert his big framework into actual points, right? But those things can be difficult.
Okay, good. So there are the newcomers.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, please feel free to ask questions. We will be very happy to answer all kinds of things,
right.
Not just about the game, but also about how do I get into Go? How do I join, for example, a club like that? That's always a pretty popular question that comes up. By the way, we are actually trying to make this thing annual, so please let other people know that this event is happening. You can use the hashtags Transatlantic Go, Team EGF, Team AGA for those things for those posts to spread the word on social media. You can also become an EGF AGA member, which is basically allows you to join a club in your nearby area and allows you to play in tournaments. So there are plenty of perks that come with that. So also once you join the Go community, you will be welcome in the big family for sure. I'm sure Insong will be very happy to meet you if you, especially if you're based in Europe, and be easier to find him there.
Good.
All right, so
it
looks
like quite interesting. In fact, I mean, from my side as well, I also want to know whether the European pros are stronger or IEJ pros are stronger. In fact, I asked this question to Fan Hui about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, like that. I asked to Fan Hui, the Fan Hui.
Yeah, he's not the DeepMind ambassador. I actually even met him in person this Thursday. He was a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, yes, he is. And he said that the AJ pros, their strength is about our level. That is what he said in Fanhui. So I thought that our level, what he meant, our level means at the time, 4 years ago or 5 years ago, it's a bit stronger than European players, European pros. That was what he, that's what I read in his words. Okay. But after 4-5 years, I think European pros, they developed their strengths quite a lot. Thanks to the Chinese sponsor that they made, not only sponsoring the money, but also make some programs that they can also go to the Chinese, Go school and study. So I think that made them very strong. And because of the sponsorship, they have lots of big tournaments like the Grand Slam with the 10,000.
I was there this year. We broadcasted that. That was super cool.
So I think after in the last 5 years, European pros, they improved their strength quite a lot. I played against lots of European players in the past. And at the time, what I felt was that they are definitely weaker than me when I play. But just a month ago, 2 months ago, I played against Pavel, one of the players who are going to play. And I felt a bit different. I luckily won the game, but it was much harder than before.
I think I heard the same from Seongjin. He was playing at the Jena tournament, and previously, I think when he first came to Europe, he always would favor himself a lot, against the European professionals. But he had to play Mateusz in the final. That was very difficult, actually. Mateusz beat Yongsam in the Jena tournament.
Right.
So it just shows how much we come from those years, right? This year we have really good players now.
Right. I think that was a smoking gun of the Mateusz. Because Mateusz was not really in a good shape before. But maybe after winning that games, he won against 3 AJ pros, and he won the Grand Slam. It just happened right after he won against Yongsam.
Yeah,
so
he was
I told
undefeated.
you, Steven. sometimes if you win, then you become stronger after win. Normally the other way around.
Thank you so much.
Is it?
Sensei,
Normally the other way around. That you become stronger and win, but sometimes you win, therefore you become stronger. So maybe
so actually the winning will give you the boost, right, in terms of confidence, kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
There is a saying in Korea that if you become a pro, then you become like 2 stones stronger just right after become a pro. Nowadays that word, it's not really easy to apply, but about 15, 20 years ago when I studied Go, there was saying that when you just become a pro, you become 2 stones stronger because you get the way bigger confidence than before, larger confidence.
Yeah. So, well, let's hope that it'll be the same for the AGA pros. I mean, I think a couple of years ago, Ryan, of course, we've talked about this a lot. He beat Chen Yaoye, the world champion. So
yes. So I think that made him become, even stronger. According to the result, that all the AGA players, they play each other. Ryan Lee and Andy Ryu is top 2. That I checked that Ryan Lee won against all other 4 players 11 times and lose just 1 time.
Wow.
Okay. And Andy Ryu was 16 wins and 3 lose. So only against them, they made the two win and 1 lose from Ryan's point of view. And other players were way lower winning percentage. They had it. So I think they are top 2. But the AJ team already lost Andy Liu, and Ryan Lee is waiting on the line. I think it'll be quite interesting.
Yeah, so that's going to be definitely exciting for us to check out because we have yet to see Ryan this tournament, so he'll definitely show up in the end. But anyway, I think we have a question from chat. Actually, the games is still going on. Just now, I think we saw in the game White took a cut at C9, right? In the game, he actually cut off the black stone at C8. So the question is, why not? Just extend at G2 instead of the cut at C9. So maybe we need to go back and see this question.
Right. I think it was okay up to this one as White, but to play this one, it looks a bit slow because this cut already makes this situation quite okay for White. For instance, if White doesn't continue and play Someres, for instance, this one, what can Black do in this area? If Black only can do this one, then it looks not very big enough.
So you're saying that White can actually Tanuki, right?
Yes, White can Tanuki. White should have Tanuki more like. Because even if Black plays like this one, at one, White can even play Atari to take it. Or even if I just focus on saving this area, White can. So it is only the matter of these 2 stones. That 2 stones and that area. If it is not connected to the corner issue, then it isn't really big, is it? Compared to other sides. So White should have cut. White cut in the game, and after this, it was just okay. That White had to Tanuki. To extend here is quite nice because now that 3 stones are out of danger, so don't need to worry anything about it. Right, but or instead, White can just come to the right side like this, and the usual stuff. Reduce once with the cat and attach in the corner and cut. This is the.
I think this is your favorite activity, basically.
Yeah. Always when you want to try something to erase your opponent's area, then you should come from the air force first, from the sky, and after that you should put the army in it. That is the right idea. You put the army first, and then later with the the rain force with the air force. Then it's like a very bad idea. It's a bad commander. So you should come from the top, like this, and then attach. That is the better idea. Anyway, so if I place in this way, then it looks I can easily set up the base, or to break this area or reduce this area. For instance, if Black extend, I can easily make the living part lead, or attach like this to use this weakness, or I can share it. So that looks quite okay. So
I think one of your most famous quotes is you said that the Go board is like Disneyland. Is that right?
Yes. When there is a bunch of Aji in opponent's area, it's like a Disneyland. You can, you got the free ticket. Okay, what to do. Anyway, White
That's
stayed
really
too long. I think Ali was quite happy that he takes lots of points. So I think he went too far. So it gives a chance for Black to play the first move. I think White has a lot of points. How big is it?
I mean, that looks like
a bit less than 30 points.
As big a bottom left corner as you can get. That is super big. I mean, normally when we look at a corner enclosure, it's like, like 10 to 15 points, right? But that's like double that.
White has about 30 points over there. If I cut here, then White can expect about 40. But 40 and the top, the two areas. I think Black's right side is big enough. So I think White lost the timing to invade the right side. Can say that this answer was a mistake. Okay, I think Eric got a chance to use his specialty.
That right side looks super good for Black now.
Right. After Black played an additional move like this, it looks so nice. White need to come. White need to come in. But White need to worry about that 3 sons at the same time. So that is annoying. So if now White cuts here, then it doesn't mean that White just take 10 points. It must be the preparation of the invasion. That White just take it easy, make sure to save it, and then come. Okay. But maybe White doesn't have time. But, the after AlphaGo, everything is possible to invade and break it. So I think White can even play this one and take it easy.
So just cut, right? Fix your own weakness first before going deep inside your opponent's territory.
Especially if your weak group is around opponent's big area, I mean the framework, then it's better that you save it and then do something if you have time.
I think there's usually a saying for us amateur players, like, don't go fishing if your house is on fire, right? So first, like, put the fire out and then do the fishing. Which is what we were talking about here. But I mean, that looks super big though. Like the thing with Ali, right? We talked about Ali's style, right? So he's a very proper player. He likes to take the normal route. He's not really that aggressive, but then again, for players like Eric, who likes taking shortcuts, as you call it, they might get ahead in terms of speed, right? So actually, I mean, I'll look at the right side structure there. That's highly efficient for Black. There's only been 4 black stones in the bottom right corner, and already he's encircling a very, very huge area there.
Okay. White invade right away.
Oh, White invade. Okay, wow, this is going to be interesting. Well, he came from R8. I didn't expect that at all. I thought he was going to still approach at R5 or something.
I suppose it is, if White approaches in this way, like this one, then it means that you already set this area that Black attaches Hane, Atari, something like that. But you could choose this option or this option. So basically there are about 3 options that White can do something, B, C, D. But before you decide, it's a good idea that White attaches here and check how Black reacts. If Black reacts in maybe this way, then instead of 1 space extension, White could go 1 line more to have the better distance. Or if Black plays Hane, White plays counter Hane to have maybe better, more center moves, then White can try in a different way to make the connection between the weakness on the side and the corner. Like this one, White plays double Hane. Just connect is working. If Black goes down, the ladder is working. If Black plays anywhere else, White can get the base, something like that. So I think it is a good idea. Before he decides the B, C, D, how he start the corner, he attaches and check how it works. But according to the new wave, the new theory, this can be a good option because new idea is like that. When AlphaGo Zero plays against AlphaGo Leo or Master, it comes in this way. Don't invade. And AlphaGo Leo or Master defend once more and then come and break it. So this was the pattern. This was the usual pattern how the AlphaGo Zero breaks the AlphaGo Leo and Master. So I think this can be an option too. And from Black side, if Black defend in this way, then it's not enough to win the game. because it's too slow.
So even though the bottom right looks super big, right? It's actually it's fine for white.
Yes, but I mean the how to say, according to that game, I mean the new theory as a modern the old Go player, we feel that it is the right time to come.
Yeah, but, like you must come there before it gets too big, right?
Yes, that was
otherwise there's
the theory.
really no place to invade at all. So
right,
better
but
do it now.
one or two times you just stay back, and if your opponent plays an additional move and then come, that is the new wave. So for that you need to have a good skill to save the group, right? So this
I suppose you need to be a master at making sabaki.
Yes, sabaki. So this is the sabaki, is it? White attaches and doing something like that. Even if I just place this one, I don't think that it is easy to kill this kind of group, like here. So if it was, I don't know, I did not check the Lila Zero or Elf Open Go, but I think this can be one of the suggestions that the AI program gives instead of the invasion.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, so this is the game.
This looks pretty fun. I think we'd like to see this too, for sure. So now it looks like he didn't do the attachment you suggested in the game. He just dropped out. I think
white can even push here. That looks so tempting, because if black answers, then white has more center moves that white can use it, like this one.
Yeah.
Like this, and then white can go further. That's for sure working. If I were white, I would have played here, and black plays this, white plays Natalia and just fly away. Okay, maybe an option. Okay.
So this is this is actually, even though white is super outnumbered in this area, right? Black has like way more stones than white. Somehow it's actually it's tricky to kill, right? I think. Especially at the high level, it's easy to live, right? Because you just need to like look for some place to make 2 eyes, right? Which are the fundamental requirements for living in as a group. Yes. But then if you kill, you have to really prevent that like anywhere on the board. So,
right. In general, it is more difficult to kill than save. I think Ali's plan should be this one. That white exchanges bunch of center moves and jump. That looks okay. So he thought that is just good enough to handle the game. It is, if I place like that. So white can save, that's for sure. But after white saves the one, black gonna touch this part, and we should see how white handles this as well. But
that's
it
not
is
exactly.
It is exactly what Ali is playing. I mean, the Ali style of play. That he likes to have, that kind of situation that he keeps the big moyo, but come in and save it. So that's why
I think he's very good at making sabaki. Actually, I think there was a game that left a really deep impression in me. I think one of the tournaments he was playing is Nikola Milic in the Grand Slam, maybe it was. And I think Nikola in that game was attacking like all the time because he's the 7-dan amateur from Serbia who's very attacking. But throughout that game, he attacked and attacked, but Ali was, he was unfazed. He just lived everything, and then in the end, he managed to win by a small margin. So he's pretty good at that.
Yes. So that is what he's gonna do, I suppose. Okay. Knight move seems nice. Okay. White band over here. Okay. To play this attach right away, black gonna play this one. Then we can see the clear difference between the other variation and this one. That white has one less Atari on this two position. So it should be more difficult to save. So that's why white did not exchange and start pushing here to use some more center moves. And if white has more center moves, white can even play Hane. This Hane was not possible, but now it is working that white can take it after exchange. So white is now trying that center move. If black does not answer to defend this area like that, white can go like this for Atari and go.
Yeah.
White can go away. So to save this group is easy, but how to save the bottom 3 stones, that would be the key.
It's not so easy for most of us. Yeah, I mean, it looks like white has plenty of waste though, and I think every time he puts stones down the board, it's like magic basically just happens.
If I were white, I would strongly consider playing this one.
Yeah.
That play it here and then look for invading, because it looks working. I mean, white can come still, and from black side it's not easy to defend. So this is also connected to the case. We should go back. Where is it? You know, the usual nowadays 3/3 invasion comes quite often.
Yeah.
The reason why we give this position is because nowadays people think that this distance is too far, like this 5 lines. So still black can come. So what black does in the end later, it's not invade right away, but play a move like this one. So if black plays here, then how would white do between the A and B?
So it feels weird if white has to spend another move, right? If he plays in the middle, like then he can fix it, but it looks like it's 2 space jumps basically.
Right, 2 slack, is it? So white plays this one, then black can come after this exchange, because this exchange, this one makes this black's group very strong. If there's no stone, then white can play this kind of move. That white can use some, center moves. But black make it strong, so black doesn't need to come now. So just make it strong, collect points, and then look for invading. Then from white side, the dilemma comes like this one. If white plays, it is bad. If black plays, then it is bad, like that. So if white plays, then it is bad. And in this case, if white doesn't play, then it's even worse, because black can come. So white need to play, and white often plays in this way to give pressure and take bigger thickness. So that is the one that I see the same idea, that white just plays this one and say to black, if you play this one, then it looks too slow, so I would just let you take it. Or
so not invading is also fine.
Yes, so it's like that. Before you come in, you just take easy 1 step, and then look for invading later. That time, that taking easy time, we did not have it in the past. Even professional players, they invade right away. But AlphaGo showed, and other AI programs showed that, okay, just take 1 more, cache, and then later come. It's still fine, still possible like this. So we see many cases, and the professional players, they started applying that idea, and it worked well. So that's why it becomes like a trendy style, that you don't do something right away, but take it easy against the big wall, a big moyo.
I think this also applies to real life, doesn't it? Just chill and sit back.
Yes, chill, chill. But it is so tough to chill down, isn't it? Against the huge moyo. As a role player, we all feel.
I needed that in the second half of my tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. White just jumped it. That's a bit
I think so.
questionable. Because this one, black push once and make the connection like that. Then even if white makes these exchanges, still it is not perfectly safe, the white's group. Okay? Even if white blocks, black can come to erase this eye space. So there's only 1 eye. So that's why this eye space was very important. If white has this 1 eye, then to have the living shape itself is quite easier. So, okay, well, you should have attached it and try to get more. But jump looks a bit, how to say that, easy from black side.
Sure.
Okay.
So is this gonna still live for white? Can white still make?
White can save it. White could save it, but if I had a better option, then it's better. Better is better. So
sure.
How should white do it now?
Well, he already has 1 eye. That's simple. But then he has to look for the second, probably from this tiger's mouth. I
think white gonna play this.
Yeah, one. Probably something like this, right? Just to live.
Connect even. If I white this, black can throw in an Atari.
Oh, that's tricky.
And black can endure this as call. And if I connect it, then black doesn't really need an answer right away. So black can start this one, Christopher
Okay.
Red.
Oh, so Black can just pull back, right? So he still can attack the three whites now.
Yes. So to save this white group is okay. I mean, white can, but how to save is the topic. Okay. It looks still okay, but I think white had the better options. Okay. But white chose.
So this is the actual game, it seems. We're actually it looks like we're actually caught up with a real game progress. The games are still gonna go on for a while. I think just a quick time update. Eric has I think 21 minutes left on the clock, and then Ali has I think 26 minutes and 39 seconds or so. So that this game is still going on. Of course, just a quick update on the format. In this tournament, we have 1 hour per player. That's main time, and then plus 5. Actually 1 minute BOM period. So this is actually different from normal tournaments, where it's like 30 seconds and then you must make a move. But then in this case you have 60. So that actually, that gives you a lot more time to think through your options, especially in a tense situation later on. So looks like we can just take a break now, Insong, and when we come back, we're gonna see more stuff from the live game. Just be reminded that this is the 5th match of the 2019 Transatlantic Professional Go Team Championship. The game is between Eric Louis, one professional from the U.S., so Team AGA, and Ali Jabarin from Israel. This is 2 non-professional from the EGF team. So this game will determine whether it's going to be 4-1 or 3-2. And either way, it looks like very exciting stuff happening already. You can continue to follow the live game on OGS Go server. That's already the link's already over there. Basically, just head over to where the crowd is, and then you can continue to vote for your favorite players in the polls. And of course, we'll be still here live on our Twitch channel. So don't go away. We'll be back soon. Hey guys, welcome back from the break. This is continued live coverage of the 2019 Transatlantic Professional Go Team Championship. This is Game 5 between Ali Jabarin, the 2-dan professional from Team EGF, versus Eric Louis, the 1-dan professional from Team AGS. So we just had a break quickly, and now we're coming back to the game. But it looks like the burning question we have on the Go board is this looks very dangerous for White now. So we're gonna of course have more commentary. In-sung Hwang, 8-dan from EGF, joins us once again. In-sung, looks like this is. I mean, you said that White can live, right?
Yes.
But is he? Can he manage? Can you show us a way?
Can I cancel it? Oh, White even Tenuki.
Oh wow, he just thinks it's dead.
Wow. Okay. So maybe I should start commenting.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Already at this point, so White should have attached it here. So White has one more eye space, so it should be a lot easier for White to save it. So this was a mistake. And even in this case also, for instance, if White, after connection, if Black plays knight move, then White cannot touch here and Hane. This is the one that Black was afraid, that Black cuts and White connects. And if Black blocks here, then White can cut to use this weakness, this one.
Oh.
It would be quite annoying. It's cold directly, locally.
Yeah.
So Black needs to connect on this side.
That's pretty heavy for Black as well. If he loses the code, right? But then he loses a lot of stuff.
So, yes, that is too risky. So Black gonna connect here, then White can cut like this one.
Oh, this one.
Go down, and this is the usual Tetsuji, you know.
Yeah. Throw in.
And White blocks, and if White can use this 22 T5 in center, then White can block here to save it locally. But even if White saves the group in this way, it is the failure, because the White can save, but while saving the group, the 3 stones on the lower side gets pretty weak. It's more like a dead shape. So Black did not even cook it and just kill it. So that is possible. That's why even though White saved this group, I don't think that it was a good result. But Black even played this one. That is okay.
That is a commitment to killing, isn't it?
Right, but still not 100% sure. 100%, because White could Atari here.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like a bad exchange, but then now I can jump to look for this one. And that there is a Hajin in the corner that White can do something like that. So Black need to play an additional move for the corner. Then White could jump to look for saving, through the first line.
So there is an exit, right? White can connect on the second line.
So, yeah, Black can play this one and play this one. So locally now there should be no big deal, right? So instead of this one, maybe White had to play this push and this one first. That's a bit different. Because if now Black goes down, then White can jump first. And when Black cuts, connect. Black needs to play here, and White can do this. Well, so that is like a sort of sequence magic. Cool. But anyway, if I really wanted to save this, then White should have played in this way. I mean, Hane, push and connect, there are many cutting points. So maybe it was the last way that White could save the group locally.
Yeah.
But, here, then throw across attach and cut and connect. It comes back to the position that White can save with the squeeze, this one. But as I said earlier, even if I save the group, Black gonna take the outside pretty easily. So this isn't really a good situation. So definitely, the game was good for White when White cuts here on the left side. But White stayed here too long, so Black got a chance to play this one. And I think, like AlphaGo, I think White should have played this one and give the chance for Black to lock this area, because it is not easy to lock it. And
it's so tempting to go in, though.
It is. But what if it is still possible? I mean, even after one break, and maybe it is better. But attach was working. One space was also okay, but here I should have played this move, or maybe this one earlier. So if it was happened like this, then why wouldn't play this one space extension? Why gonna have the larger extension like this. Then white
Yeah.
has much bigger area, so it should be a lot easier for white to save it. Like, this is already saved. Okay, anyway, so after white made a good situation, white played several mistakes.
Yeah.
Even this one also. Okay, so if we check, if I place here, then it should be way more annoying to kill. If it is only the life and death matter, then it must be more difficult. But white connected, and black played here. Now it looks tough. So white plays this one, Hane and Link, and block it.
Can he still do it?
It's depending on the. If
can
the
he
Hane
Hane,
is
for
sent
example?
there, yes. If Hane is sent there, then working. So it's not clearly that yet. I mean, this one. Let's say black plays in this way, block here, connect. Then it looks white cannot save the group inside. But if Hane is sent there, white can. Because
because then he just block, right?
And,
S8.
Yeah, it's a living shape. So that's why black need to block or just play this one. Then white can come to make this as the call.
Right.
So can I say that the white is 100% dead? Black should play here. White jumps. Then it's not dead. So maybe white had to try. What is going on in the picture? Still, both players did not play yet. White plays this, black goes down. Maybe black would go down. It is better.
Well, that's still. I mean, it still looks so dangerous. I mean, I suppose from my personal point of view, I just wouldn't try to risk going into a life and death situation. But I mean, I say that, and then in my tournament, it's like every game is like a life and death problem. So. Yeah, this can be really risky, right? Because then if you die like really hugely in this area, then it's like it's akin to game over.
Okay. The sequence is important. Why should push once and Hane and connect. Okay, because if I just blocked it, black can play this one. There should be a little difference. Now here black plays this, then the Hane is in center. The A Hane is in center. So,
because then Q1 becomes center. Right?
Yes. So white should exchange this push before and block.
Yeah.
That should be better situation. Okay. So cannot say that it is clearly dead. But
so
these 3 stones on the bottom line, it looks dead.
So is White's plan just basically let me come back to it later, or is he already acknowledging this as like dead, or maybe
I don't think that. Maybe he thought that it is dead because here black could play this one to add a move.
Yeah.
Then now to make the connection underneath doesn't mean much. Okay? I mean to make the connection underneath not working anymore. Without this stone 1, it should be working. So I can simply jump, extend, here, and then without this 1 stone, how can I erase it? Like this, almost. Okay, like this. Then I can play this one to make the connection underneath, like that. So definitely black this stone gonna help. 3 stone gonna help for this fight, and the move itself is quite big. So that is.
I mean, then black just gets everything, doesn't he, on the bottom side?
Right. I think black can just play over there. But if black also believes that it is clearly dead, then he wouldn't play.
So
maybe.
So what are we seeing here now? Black is trying to break white's connection, right?
It's in fact quite simple. Okay, white push block, okay, like that, and Hane just simply or block one, because black need to play this one to kill, and white plays Hane. Black can block once, but eventually need to play this one, and there is only one. So white blocks it. So this is basically the position that black can make it. White can make it like this one. Connection, then it is a lot easier. In this position, black should play this one, Tiger Mouse. But if everything's not exchanged, or just once exchange it, then to play here is worse because later white can play this one to erase the space. So this is not the right shape. Black should connect. And then this is a lot easier now. Low, Hane, Sente, and then connect. Then black need to play for the corner and also play for the side. Okay. This one.
So this is actually, it looked dead, but actually white could really use this Aji if he plays the sequence correctly. So I would feel that it's still worth continuing locally instead of just playing away. Like these are the chances you need to take in order to save the dragon from dying.
Yeah, there's something. But okay, they both are playing for the middle. But middle is also urgent area for white. So basically the game is quite tough for white.
It seems like, I mean, so actually this jump is interesting, right? Now it's actually impossible for white to connect the old 13 stone.
Yeah, the middle stone, you mean? Yes, white cannot make the connection, so one need to save it separately. And it is also urgent, isn't it? Otherwise, black might, swallow the middle. It's so big.
Yeah.
So, not easy.
So basically, in other words, like his framework strategy just totally worked, right? In the beginning, he played for the low Chinese, and I think the benefit of having the low Chinese opening is if you can get a move at P9, right, to jump out, to expand, right, then it looks super good all of a sudden.
Right.
So I think there was one moment we talked about earlier, right, when Ali he cut on the left side and then he followed through, but then he got Gote. Like that was
this one.
In retrospect, that must be a pretty major change.
Right. Why shouldn't do it? Why had to come from the right side, or just take it easy like this and look for something later. So this can be an option. White plays, black jumps, white comes. So instead of doing something right away from white side, white just take it easy, collect points, and when black plays an additional move and then come. That's very, very annoying style. From black. Is it?
I mean, I remember that when you were teaching, you said when you play Go, you have to be annoying and you have to let your opponent think like, this guy.
Yes, and you have more chance to win. Make your opponent feel annoyed, then you have more chance to win.
Oh, okay. Of course, don't do that in real life. Be a nice person in real life.
Yes.
But on a Go board.
The corner is started. So at least touches the corner part. Okay. So at least he knew. But he did not exchange that.
So before this, I want to actually get you a question from the chat. Someone was suggesting, how about white pushing at 06 at this point and cutting? Is there any prospect at all? Starting a fight in the center? I guess no, right? Not really.
Yes, I mean the cut here over. Black on extend here, so it'll be difficult to attack the outside group. It'll be tough. Okay, but this one, as we checked before, white need to play Hane and black gonna play this one. And after block, now this isn't really sent there. I mean the Hane. White need to play Hane, is it? And if black plays this one, after push, connect, then this one, the ko. But now black can answer in a different way, like this one.
Oh, wait, then he's just alive? Or actually, how about is there some magic on S1? Yeah, I was just gonna say.
That's also working. Okay, so even this one.
So my reading improved.
Yes, I told you. After you won the game, you already improved.
Winning gets stronger.
But
I didn't do that in the second half of the tournament.
It comes little by little.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's right. Okay. Still that touch is working. Okay. To avoid the call will be difficult. Okay.
So this is inevitable then, right? So to me, it seems like if this is such a big deal, right? There's so much agi in the corner. then maybe when white played at 013, like the nice move outside, black should have just fixed it, and then that would have been ended.
Right. So black should have played the tiger mouse.
Yeah. Oh, this thing
is
or not.
the one that I suggested.
Okay.
Because after here, block, black can play this one, and there's nothing in this corner, even if there's Hane.
Yeah. Just connect.
Because the block is there. Okay. Why need to play the other Hane? Natalia connect block.
Yeah.
Here enter. So if this Hane is not sent there, it is possible. Okay, so black had to play the tiger mouse. White push, black extend. That doesn't
Does that
change.
make a difference? Like, can we make a tombstone?
A tombstone again. This one.
Yeah. Is that gonna change anything?
Capture.
Yeah.
So this one. So Hane. In this case, Hane is sent there.
It's working, right?
So black should go down. Black goes down. But bending move is annoying. Okay, so it's not easy. It's still not easy.
Yeah. Somehow,
So
white still has some
white.
hope. Oh, okay. White's coming out here. He's giving up the corner.
So I think this is his plan. This one.
Okay, so just
yeah. Because to play somewhere else as black, white can push, block, and Hane. It's gonna be the capturing race. This capturing race must be okay for white, for black. So, okay, so this one. Here, block once and connect, attach and tiger mouse. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So black gonna win in this way. Okay, this one. This is the capturing race, and black has more than 6. White has 5, but black has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So white can win. Black can win. So okay, now difficult. So if it is working, then it is really working for black. What to do? What is his plan?
I mean, okay, so if white gives up the corner, but cuts at G3, how is the position globally?
In this case, if it comes.
Like this.
This should be not bad. I mean, the white was quite desperate, but with this one, I think the game should be okay.
It's still, first of all, it's still playable, right?
30, 34, 42, 45. White has 45 on the bottom line, and upper side about 20 to 65 plus Komi. Oh, that's quite okay. Let me count it. Black has about 65 points below this line. So 65, and black has the potential. So the game must be good for black. Okay, even though white takes this one. Here, I think white should choose this option.
Okay.
After here, white attaches. White can attach here.
To make more liberties, right?
Yes. I mean, if black blocks it, but black can block here. So not working this one. I mean, the plan was to play this one and have lots of liberties and then attach.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That is the plan, but black can just connect because that blocking move is sent there.
Oh man. So it doesn't. So in this case, it's not working.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, so what happens? So what if white plays? Yeah. What if white plays that?
Yeah.
Okay, he doesn't have enough liberties, right? Yeah.
Yes. Locally, white can do something, but white has less liberties than black. So not easy. Okay.
Oh man.
Okay. If black plays this one, white cuts, and black can play the first move in the middle. How to play? Maybe just block. Maybe this one. Okay, then the game must be favorable for black.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it just
maybe
looks like
Eric is
the
not
right side
happy
was so
with
big.
this. Eric is not happy with this, I mean, because he maybe thinks that he can easily finish the game. If so, then he's gonna try something. So what he reads must be this one, whether he can play this move or not. That is why he's spending the time.
But can he manage without the turn?
I think.
Or the fix in the corner, so to speak. Because then something will happen, right?
Have to push. So even black is hesitating this one because maybe white could connect or tiger mouse, which saves one, move. When the life and death situation.
So the Hane at S1 is like not center anymore.
Right. In this case, later when white tries to kill, white need to take one turn to come. I need to play an additional move at A. But if white plays gonna move, then white doesn't need to take the turn. So it's like saving one liberty, the capturing race.
Yeah.
Tanuki. Black play elsewhere.
What?
Fun.
Okay. So I think both players are. Well, we saw white Tanuki once already in the match. So this is the second time.
They are fully using the proverb. Don't know.
Yeah,
Tanuki.
if you don't know what to do, just Tanuki, right? Just play away. Also, by the way, I want to point out that Eric has like 3 minutes and 51 seconds left, so he's actually entering the pretty soon.
And Ali?
And Ali has like around 10 minutes. So actually, they're gonna enter. Both they're gonna enter pretty soon, for sure.
When you're getting into Birmi, every Go player gets weaker, even the top level player as well. So.
Well, some people just look calm, right? They look like poker face. Yeah.
They're pretending. White cuts on that side. Okay, so white decided not to save the group in the corner. It means.
Wait, so he can't do anything even if black Tanukis?
Good question.
Is that what we've arrived to?
Yeah, that's what he believes, I suppose. But with that, can you win? That's not easy.
Because if that's the case, then I mean, if white could have lit or won the capture race, then the push actually costs one liberty, doesn't it?
Right. It already cost one liberty.
Yeah.
So, kinda.
I mean, he could also be thinking about like starting a fight in the center, right? If he extends at N8, but that's super complicated. That goes right over my head.
But is there anything in the corner? I always, keep checking the possibility.
Yeah. Show us what you find.
I'll touch first. Am I gonna move? Just in case black plays Atari, white looks and Hane and connect. Because in this case, black made this 8 and 13 exchange, which makes the less liberties in the corner.
So can this work?
Yeah, I'm checking. So if black need to play one Hane.
Yeah.
White looks. It looks working. White has 4. So this one, white lose.
Then white loses because black had 5.
Case, right? One liberty costs a lot. Is it?
Oh, that's because we're talking about a push just now, right? That actually, in the event of a semi-I or a capturing race, that could be like game defining.
Right. Because in case black choose another option like this one, then white can throw in to make things more complicated. Because now if black avoid the call, then the block must be center to have the call. Okay? Like this one. Or even if black plays this one exchange, still white can push in and white can make this as call. So black should avoid it. So locally, I mean, if there's no life in that situation, black gonna play Atari. So not working. Not working for white to kill. This.
Yeah.
But now there is a special condition that white can play this one to connect to use this as the shortage of liberties. To go down, this one, low. In this case, white can black can win. Okay, so go down is the move, going down. That's
Oh, wow. I gotta say, this is pretty intense stuff right now. I think. I think we have one question from Hajin actually. Oh, that's nice. Oh. So let's try to decipher the question. When a black extends to white's R4 push, so okay, white. So when white pushes, right at R4, black just pulls back, and then I think then
there will be no problem. It's like this.
And then wait a second, black. When white blocks. Okay, so when white blocks at S5, black plays at S2.
Yeah. Now there's no exchange. The one that before.
Then it's just completely. Is it just clean? Or not completely?
It is completely clean. Black and block here. Okay. So
it's just dead, right?
Yes.
Without any conditions.
So black can just go down.
Well, the thing is, can they both spot it? Right? I think they haven't played it out yet, right? And that, of course, I mean, I think these are very, very strong players, right? They're professionals, but under the Bayomi, maybe there's some room for misplay. So I think there's some room for white to try this out still.
Right.
Even if he just asks one question, right? Like black's gonna take only 60 seconds to read this out, or maybe earlier he read it out already, but still it could be a room for error there. Because this is actually it's a super long reading.
And then this is the case that I could block.
But yeah, great question from Hajin.
Yes. So white maybe can attach to make a similar situation, and black plays this one. Same. Because in this position, if I just cut here, then black needs to play this Atari, then there's nothing. Okay.
This one's also like super clean, isn't it?
So
can we do something else? Like nasty?
Oh,
that's tough.
Yes. It looks quite in a suspicious area, so I keep looking at this area.
In your words, it looks like Disneyland.
Disneyland in the very desperate situation. In fact, from my side, it's need to go down.
Let's look at another question from chat. What about N5?
N5.
Oh, so
N5, this one. Yeah. Then black gonna play this Atari. So.
There's nothing then, right?
Yes, because of Atari.
All right. Cool.
I suppose if black just connects, then white plays this Atari. So this very dramatic situation you are looking for. This one.
So I think actually Hajin says that she also didn't see S2 just now. So we actually are in for the pretty dramatic reading situation here. This one is. You see, this one is definitely like pro level question now.
Below, okay, so after this one, black needs to connect, and white needs to block it.
Yeah, that looks like something will happen.
That goes down.
That doesn't seem alive for black in the corner, so there's probably some sort of semi-eye.
Like, this one, again. So, 6 liberties, so black can win.
Because actually white doesn't have a still at M2, right? White has to connect one and then go in.
So it is really, sensitive, whether white has one more liberty or not, the connection or not, very sensitive.
Oh, but then he just sold it out.
So after this, it's clear. Okay.
After this is clear that white would not live locally.
Yes, then the game must be quite okay. Is it the game?
Yeah. Oh, well, he didn't even push this.
Okay.
Okay, I think he's trying to orchestrate maybe a capture race with the central black group. But that looks like that's difficult, isn't it?
Right. They can even play this kind of move to endure.
Yeah.
If black doesn't need to endure, black just plays here and look for this A to look at this lower side, or to play around B to attack the middle. And there are 3, dragons, and 1 is down, and AB are still on the way. So quite good situation for black. So if the game goes in this way, then it is exactly what Eric plays. Why?
Yeah. I mean, so it's just simply after this group is dead, I just see too many targets, right? Like the bottom white group. Of course, if white cuts at G3, actually black doesn't lose so much locally, because that was what white had to defend there. So but also like the central group. So if white loses the 3 stones in the center, then the center is the framework for black is also going to be humongous. So, oh man, this does not look good for Ali at the moment. But things can change. We've seen some pretty dramatic turnarounds, but this is
for now it's quite tough.
Go sometimes.
Black pips over there. Okay, good.
So, but you say for now that it really does. It looks good for black.
Okay. So that might turn as a little bit of bad exchanges. That exchange, because later when black kills the group, or plays for the lower side, black had a chance to play this one, but now this wedge is clearly working. So black can only play this connection. So that is not as powerful as the other one. But anyway, still connection is powerful or good enough. So white is trying that. But black can simply jump and make the clear connection. Maybe black should be careful, because white may use this one in this way. So after using that 2, there could be something, but cannot see. For now, I can use only this one. This is Sente. But cannot see something more than this. But anyway, if black cares about this, black would just extend one space like this.
So
to make sure there's
like white gets some moves in the center, but it actually doesn't help, right? Because it's like black's strong area. He has a tiger smile on the top side, so he must look super good in the center. So even though white can reduce, right, he doesn't actually make a lot of points from this, and black just needs to make sure that he captures the bottom right white group. Make sure that there's no shenanigans happening.
The thing is that even if I save all the 2 weak groups, still the game must be difficult. By points.
Man,
so it's quite desperate situation.
For Ali.
So white should not negotiate. I think white cut here because white couldn't find any other ways. But I think white had to dig in to this corner to do something. I'm not still clearly sure about this. Attach. It should be, simple, but not that simple. Connect, pull up, that goes down. This one, Hane. Push in. White has only 6 liberties.
Oh man, this is difficult.
7. Okay. So according to this, there's nothing.
I would have to check it at least 10 times if this came out in my game, because I just didn't want to miss kind of liberties. The consequences of these are huge.
There are many exceptions here. Checking points, so it's not easy. Okay, anyway, white chose another way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think it is quite hopeless. So you see that Eric jumps here. So instead of choosing the one that he could take the most efficient move, most efficient way, he chose the safe way.
It seems that from the choice of R12, right, which is super aggressive, can it be interpreted as White knows that he's losing the game and he's trying to make something happen now?
Like this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's trying to stir some trouble.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he did it? No, he did.
You just got the kind of sensation that White is not a good shape wise.
Yeah. I think Ali is trying something, but
yeah.
Really looks like the hopeless situation.
It looks like
Okay, 2-6-10, then it looks okay. But why need to bother in this way? Like this one, maybe it is sent there, then maybe there is something what White can do like this. Or maybe like this. You're caught and White goes down, then Black cannot play. Black cannot cut. Like this one. Connect here, then goes out, or connect, or maybe it is like this. Leather is working. That kind of stuff. Okay. So White should aim something. Okay.
Yeah. He's trying to make something happen.
Like a fairy tale to me.
I think both of them are in Byoyomi now. By the way, so actually it is not a super slow Byoyomi because it's like 60 seconds, right? I mean, it does make a difference. Between 20 seconds or 30 seconds versus 60, you can really kind of check.
Yes, the 1 minute Byoyomi is quite nice. I mean, as a player, even 5 times.
Yeah.
1 minute Byoyomi you can play for like 3-4 hours. It's fast.
I think there was by the way, there was a small interruption from Ali's connection there, but it looks like it's recovered. But there's only a slight delay, so that's fine.
Good. Better than the cage's time.
Yeah. So actually, there are actually ways we can cope with this on OGS. Of course, there are some things, right? I think it's fair to talk about this. There are problems you can not solve as long as it's played online, right? It's different than like playing. It's different from playing in person. But then I think OGS does offer some nice tools to, for example, pause the game or work the game. Like these are the emergency measures we have considered, which is why in the beginning you heard from Mr. Oken's announcement that we changed to OGS. So.
I'm more like the cages person, so I'm a bit sad about these changes, but I think to run this match in a good way is the best option. So
OGS is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks good. Yes. You can simply copy the link to share. That is quite good tool.
Yeah. It's browser based. So.
Yes.
Anyway, it looks like the game is still going on. Actually, Eric is down to 4 periods left now. So I hope the proctors have communicated this to the players already. Okay. But yeah, it looks like he's in a super good position. What do you do when you're when you're in a winning game? Do you have to play safe or do you keep playing aggressively?
Safety must be the best option. The rich man doesn't go to the Harlem streets, isn't it? So just take it easy, lock the door, and finish it. Although Black is okay. Black plays this one. It's like one exchange. He wants to make sure before he goes. So then he can clearly look for this A, B as Miai. But A is so powerful, and B is also quite big. I'm not sure whether B can kill the bottom-wise group, but even if Black doesn't kill it, that would be a good profit to just easily take the lead, keep the lead. Well, black has about, how big is it? So we should maybe count it. 22, 25,
Yeah.
35, 43, 46, 56. About bit less than 60 points on the right side and at middle.
Yeah.
But white has about 30 points, a bit less than 30 points now on the lower left corner.
Right.
And if black connects at B, then we're gonna have like just 5 points to save it. So 35 plus the top.
Yeah.
I gave about 20 points, but it'll be difficult to make 20 now because black middle gets quite big. So white has only about, maybe including Komi, about 60. Then it means that black, the right side nearly covers all the white points. And black has the thickness in the middle, and white has the weak group. So it'll be quite tough. So you see that white goes in this way. So black already checked how white would react, and black goes here. So still can look for this A and B as near. So it's quite desperate situation. From white side, it'll be quite tough.
I mean, black just needs to make sure that he doesn't have shape problems, right? It's going to be tricky if this central group is sealed in, but looks like it's not. So black is aware of that. That's why he played the Kasumi to come out. So as long as he stays out, right, he should be fine. If it gets you with like a semi, that could be tricky again.
So if now black set the goal for killing this whole group, then it must be quite tough. And black gonna play some overplay, and that's risky. So as black is winning the game.
Hey, we like that though. We like to see some drama on the board. It's fine.
I mean, white. I suppose white played here for using the time issue.
What happened?
Okay. I see.
Wait. What did you see? I don't get it.
That is what black can do with it. This one. Okay. I overlooked this one. White attaches, and black need to go, and white can play this one to push, throw in. Throw in, and this. That's working. Okay.
Are you serious? You're joking me.
But it is.
So it really works.
After this, if black plays here, then white can still squeeze. It's working. Sorry, I overlooked this. But Ali showed that there's still something. Okay. So attach was a really good one.
Wow.
Okay. Then black should have had the other option.
So Eric overlooked this, didn't he?
Yes, like me.
I mean, of course, it's not so easy, but from here, but still.
But there should be nothing. There should be nothing, but wow. From this.
Somehow he managed.
Maybe black had to wedge.
Yeah.
Wedge. That after here, black can connect and clearly make the connection.
Yeah.
Okay. In this way, it looks working.
Yeah.
Okay. So I had a fixed idea that white should only fight against the low right corner group. That's working. Okay. Isn't it? There should be no other option.
Yeah. Oh my God! Like things are happening.
Why did it extend it here? Why?
So wait, does the black would just push? Should he push? Or should he just connect at Q13? This is getting really interesting now.
But I think it is not necessary because black can play here. I mean, white can take it. I mean, white takes, then okay, it's quite nice pocket. But black can make the connection here. I mean, now white blocks it, then black can
back
block.
to nothing again.
Yes. You see that there's no big deal anymore.
Because I think the problem for black comes because like there's a tail, right? Like black needs to save the tail to
right, exchange everything and then go. I mean, we can go directly like this.
Oh man, did we miss this?
But black answered it. Then white can come back to that working situation. But black can play this one, isn't it? Because black can make the connection through this line, and white doesn't have time. Okay. So after here, white plays this. Maybe black should try making the connection through this line, like underneath. Oh, then I mean, black may save the game in this way. But I suppose. Oh, okay. It's not done yet, but white cannot touch. So locally, it's working.
Wow.
No, it's interesting game, at least. So, okay.
That's insane. I thought that group was dead for real.
Like, white had plenty ways to use this. I mean, locally it is dead, but there are some ways that white can use it, and Ali used it.
So it looks like he's gonna. Well, maybe. Well, my thinking is maybe that was time Suji, and
by the chance you got it. Lucky player then. It can be.
Yeah.
So if white saves, then can white win? Maybe still not, because I mean, white plays here, white saves up to this one, and then black gonna connect first. And this area is also not perfectly safe, but okay, it is alive. Black can play, white can play like that. That is safe. But the middle, black gonna attack this group. And even if white saves that, I think it's too soon to say that black is winning. At least black shake the goban. So white got a chance to do something. But,
oh my God, is it gonna happen? It looks like he already played it, right? So
yeah, white gonna connect and
white's alive.
White gonna connect and black gonna tenuki. Black should not go in. I'm sure that he already noticed it.
Yeah. Okay. And so at this moment, maybe he regretted Q13.
Okay. I believe that it is not working. I mean, black can break that situation. Maybe white was the better way. It's more complicated, but looks like the better. White should play this one, and black plays like here I connect. Okay. Because this one black can push on Hane to bring it out. It's not clear, but if the game, white can maybe play this one to kill the whole area.
Oh my God!
Annoying.
So now we're back to square one again, aren't we? White's alive. Somehow he lived, and black is trying to kill the center.
Right.
Oh my God! This is turning into such a good game now. I thought it was gonna be over like once I
suggested this one. Because this one black can cover, but white can take the one stone. White cannot take one stone right away.
Yeah.
Because it has only one eye. Okay. So if white cannot cut and white cannot save, then the knight move is the better one.
Yeah.
That's it.
So by the way, if black cuts at at N10 or something, is that gonna affect like the status of how the Damazumari like sequence on the right side works? For example, if black kills like the 4 white stones, right? Then black has to the white has to fix to get 2 eyes. So that in Goten.
Okay, so we should count once again. So white extends. It means that Ali thinks that the game is not bad. Okay. So here, this must be the one. White has 4 points on the bottom line and 28.
You can mark it, by the way, with the pen if you want.
These 2 I don't have. 4. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, click on the pen.
20.
Or but maybe use like a blue color or something. The green. Right.
Okay, I will use blue.
Hey, just click on the eraser, then it will erase everything.
No. I don't remove the branch. Okay. So
No, just click the eraser. Yeah.
Eraser. Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, I could have erased everything. 4. 29. Is it more visible?
Oh, now it's working. Great.
Okay.
I think it's showing up on the screen.
And the top?
Yeah.
About 10 here. And it's also about 8, like this. So altogether, I don't need to remember. That's so good. And 2, yes, 2.
Yeah.
That 2 is so important.
Yeah.
35, 45, 53. So for me, it should be about 60. And black has 6 points here. And the right side.
Isn't it really a pity that you can't do this on the real board?
Yes.
You can never write things down on the real board.
And then
so
you raise it like about 14. Okay. So altogether, black has about 20 and the middle. So if black makes about 40 points in the middle, it should be fine. And the capture stones are about 10 to 20, 24, 27.
I mean,
if black makes the line over there, below this line, then black can make 60 for sure.
Or you can use a different color, you know?
Right. Different because yes, it's not all the white territories.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's fine.
It's the first time that I used it.
Sure. No
anyway,
worries,
if black has on the line on this area, it should be fine. So still the game is okay for black. It means. Okay. So
we're like the Bob Ross of Go channels.
It looks like nice. So black doesn't even connect. Black doesn't even connect this one.
So white just lives on the bottom now.
So Eric believes that if he takes the middle, then it's for sure that he can win. So that's why he played this one.
Is this certain though? Because seems like white also picked up some points, right?
I mean this one.
After connection. Yeah.
Now you mean as black.
Yeah, I just wonder if Eric's decision to just not pursue the bottom side and just take the top is it gonna be enough?
I think it's yes, enough. So black gonna play this one to make the connection. That's quite big, and it's still sent there. So I need an answer. Maybe kind of.
Yeah.
Why would bother a little bit the middle?
Yeah.
For instance, if not really realistic, but okay. So this one, I can just push one here, and pretty difficult to save. Okay. Not working. So if I just abandon it to push like this and come back to this area, like exchange those and play knight move, then the game must be still good for black. Because black has more than 40 points in the middle. 22, 26, 30, 6, 40, about 55 to about 60. So that's quite good enough to keep the lead. So even though I saved this one, still the game is quite tough. Okay.
But white got that. So black's just blocked. Looks like the boundaries of the territories are gradually taking shape. But of course the center is not completely sealed off because there's still kind of a gap. But looks like we are about to have the defined territories in this game.
Black even blocked here. So Eric is for sure that he's leading this game. The white is so big. Why can't
at least he believes so. Yeah. Oh wow, what's going in?
And
so white. I guess Ali also knows that. Like if he
that he's behind.
Yeah. Like if he plays normally, like F5, that doesn't look super big. Right? So he has to try reducing.
Right. If I take this one, then the points on the bottom line increase quite a lot. And 20. About how many? 6, 10, 11. About 20 points you can get it. So it's kind of reverse into 20. It's so big. But even though, white takes, black can win.
Okay.
But if I were white, I'll play here first and then do things later. And white can still bother like this.
Yeah.
But,
see, once again, you're saying that first fix then invade, right?
I don't know. This is a bit different. I mean, it's just too big to avoid.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
just you know, if
So
there's
this
a
is
good
like
food,
okay. This is, in this
first.
case, urgent versus big, right?
Yes. Just eat first and think later, because I'm not sure whether I'm leading the behind. I mean, how many points I'm behind. So how about that one? I mean, after this one, black can just play this move.
Right.
Now it is okay. It's working. So I can do. Oh, that's quite big. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're leading the game, it's quite important to manage the game till the end, is it? To make things clear. For that, you need to have the good, how to say, the reading ability that you can read the little things well. Like this one, I said that black should play this one, but if it was 100% sure that black can do it, then Eric would have played. But I think Eric isn't 100% sure that it is center. If it is 100% center, there's no reason to keep it, isn't it? Because there's no other option. So black can just block here to avoid white's huge reverse center.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not sure that white might take center after this one. That's why he couldn't. So let's check it. I can jump here and clamp. This must be the one. It looks working. I mean, why this kind of move doesn't work? So I need to follow the move right away.
Yeah.
So,
white is to push up, and then black can back push through. This is complicated, actually.
It is.
It doesn't seem like it works for white, right?
Okay. I just connect here, then cannot save it. So black can use it. Yes, it is in this way. So I'm afraid that now white invade, black invade, and after this, somehow white takes center and play this f5. Then I could make this as the close game.
Oh wow!
Don't know, but the move.
It's not over, guys.
F5 is quite big.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the game.
But they're turning their attention to the top left corner now.
Yes, the strong players. There is a word in Korea which is saying that you polish the goban. Polish the goban to finish.
Yeah.
You have this kind of word in English. I mean the English word. There's no the word. But when you're leading the game, you polish the goban. So you make things very clean and finish.
So like it just erasing the agi, like cleaning things up, right?
Yes, like this one. Black make things clear, and there's no other possibilities, probabilities, and black just make sure that okay, that's it, like this. But
so the question from chat I just saw now is how do you how is this 3-3 invasion actually for black? Is it going to be good?
I think he played there in order to make things clear. I mean, to react from this move, it's like answering from white's move. Is it? I mean, white asked something and black reacted. So he just disliked to react it and just take the point that he can clearly take, which is 3-3. So he doesn't care anything but just take the corner.
Just foreseeable gain,
it shows that we can see the Eric's mind that he still believes that it is his game. So he tried to make things clear. I think the 3-3 itself is quite good, but black need to exchange that G4. I mean this one. If it is 100% sure, then
black wins, right? Like this, then black wins.
Yes, that is quite clear. I mean that one. Maybe after this, black can pip even. I mean this one, that's clear. So I need to block and then.
Then it's super clear, isn't it?
Like this. Okay. So if it is center, then better not to do something else.
Then should. Okay. Well, actually, is he concerned about white's Atari at J6, like that could be a source for a Goche I, right?
Right.
So maybe that's why he thinks it might not be is effectively Sente.
Mm-hmm.
Because if white
sorry?
plays a J6, then
J6.
yeah.
The Atari. Oh, even if I uses this one in Sente, like this, still the connection looks working. I mean, the question is that whether I can tenuki or not in this position.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I can. Okay. Right. Then in this case, black should play jump.
Okay.
And after here, clamp Atari.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if it comes and it's working like before.
Oh, but well,
not...
in this case, white got the Sente exchange already.
Mm-hmm. So here. That is complicated. So not clear in this way. That white can use this one and capture. But still black can play this one. Okay. Still that. So, but it's not sure, is it? In Burmese, it's not easy to read everything and surely believe that it is correct. But the strong players, the top professional players, they are super strong in this part, polishing the goban part. When they are leading like,
I like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
2.5 points. If they think that they are leading 2.5 points, then they start polishing the goban. Okay, here like that. Here like that, here like that, and then 2.5 points like this.
Yeah.
But if not, then the interesting situation comes over again. That is more interesting as an observer, in fact.
We don't mind that. As spectators, it's kind of cool actually. But I guess when you're playing yourself, then it's you actually really want things to be just simple when you win, right?
So now you see that black answered here. That is quite passive. So this move means if black plays another move like that, then it means the black is leading for sure, 100%. But if the game goes here and white watches, I'm not sure. I mean, I did not count it, but I feel that black steps back too many times already.
Is he trying to be like too safe at the moment? That could happen, right? If you're trying to protect your lead and you just think, I'm just gonna make sure there's absolutely no ante, but then your opponent uses this chance to like catch up or something.
Yes. So how much you step back? That is quite difficult. That is the strength.
Oh man.
Okay, so let me count it. This one, I think it is quite important moment.
Right.
Now I can use 51.
Like a boss.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
51, okay, let's go. And 2. And the top.
Okay.
About 20. The opposite. Black connects, white answers. And, okay, I think we're going to have about 5 for sure. Then, it's so easy to see. 58.
Yeah.
68. 78.
Is this too amazing?
Amazing, yes. And now I switch the color to red, I would say.
Yeah.
Black has, 6 here, 14 here, we already checked. And here, 7.
Yeah.
7. Does it look like 7? Okay, let's say 7.
Oh, you drew across it, yeah. And all the middle. Yeah.
And usually the people think about count the white's territory and black and forget about white's territory, isn't it? But now we don't need to forget about it.
Now it's all good.
Okay. Good. So it means that black needs to make about 60 points in the middle to make this game win.
Does he have it though? That's the question. We really need to count like every point and make sure that we're certain about that.
Black has it. Black has about a bit less than 70, I would say.
Okay.
So it means that black guess was right.
We'll just say 65?
65 to 70, more like.
Okay. Right. But let's say that he has like 65, right? Then that adds up to like I think 92 on the board, and then white has like 7 plus 20 is 27. That's 78. So actually, black is still ahead, even so.
About 15 points. Black
Yeah.
is leading about 15 points. So let's say.
So definitely he's winning.
8. More like to this. Okay, 75, 90.
Yeah.
Okay. Quite okay. 95. Is it? Then black is leading about 15 points. So good enough. So erase. Yes. Okay. So white doesn't have time. So it means that if white count this one, white should push once more. White should. So now the ally is counting. So this kind of exchanges white plays because white is checking whether white has enough points or not.
Yeah.
And if white decides not enough, then white goes here. And it will keep digging. One.
Yeah.
And try to use some edges in the middle. That's, okay. It in fact illuminate edges in the middle that exchange. I suppose he played here in order to use the past the Birmi.
Yeah.
But no, black has lots of points. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the center now. It's huge. Okay,
so
when white's trying to protect.
Now black can play g4. So
we're still looking at that point, which is really crucial. I mean, I think if black gets that point, black just wins, right?
Yes. Then the white's territory shrinks to really small number of points.
Yeah.
So the bottom line would be like 35 only if black saves it. 35, and the top.
Also he can get some like center endgame, right? Like F19 is actually huge, right? For either player.
Yeah, it's like 2 points difference.
Yeah.
There is one thing what you need to know. I mean the Q players need to know is that some people play this exchange and believe that it is all black's territory, but it is not. Later, if I play Han and Link, then black need an additional move to make this at 7 points. In case black doesn't, then white can attach here. This is the right point. If black looks, white plays this one, and that will be a call that white throws in to make the one-step call. It's quite annoying. So to avoid the call, black need to jump. Then this will be Seki in center. Seki in center means that white breaks black 7 points in center.
Wow.
And some people play what was it? What is the most often play wrong move? This one. So black plays here and white makes Seki. And it's Seki.
But that's
same,
in Gote.
In Gote, yes. So that's the reason why I should attach here. So it's a bit tricky that if you make this exchange at once, then you're gonna have the issue later if you don't know. But you don't play, then white can play this one, unending. Then this is 7 points. But white has these 2 more points here. That is the difference. So yes, it's like both center 2 points, so that should do it. Okay, let's move on.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, that.
Whoa. Is he polishing the go board now?
Clearly, yes.
Actually, I mean that looks super dangerous for white. Does he?
Yes. So maybe after this one, white had to attach like this. I mean here.
Oh yeah, but
so
that's already
like Miai, like this. So if white connects, then like makes this, and now it's maybe time to go.
That looks super painful. Yeah, I mean like the next thing, like black can cut at M4, right?
Right.
White
can. Okay, this one. Black connect. Okay, so black can connect. Okay, so we can look for this ABSDI now. This one or this. It like makes the connection for sure.
Right.
Okay, so white tries this, but not easy. Black can't even connect to the... No. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just take it. And should be good enough. So it was the place where white can expect about a bit more than 20. But now black takes about 10. So that's huge. Okay, so if white should have had a chance to play this one. I mean, here. If white has this move and, nagging a little bit more, then
this was the wedge we talked about earlier, right? The Sente.
But if black touches first, then it's not easy. Okay, so it's gonna...
So sorry, I was wrong. Not the Sente for both, but it's like a super big point. So that was what I was referring to earlier. Yeah, this looks like there's no way back now, is it?
White can wedge. I mean, white can kill in this way. So definitely this Hana was cut was a bit a mistake, a bit of... They can play this one and cut, then it's a lot better, isn't it? Even if white captures, then it's got there. So black had to play this one. That was a lot better. This is a big mistake, in fact, if it was a close game. But
now it looks like black is just winning, right?
But since it is not really a close game, it's okay.
So, well, it looks like... Well, I really hope that something that doesn't happen this time. Time of your player.
Yeah.
But
we even changed the server.
Yeah. I of course we're on our watch, so it should not be a problem. But of course, like even sometimes bad things happen, like when you have a misclick, right? So it's always it's online go, right? Like once again, there's things that you can do in real life that you cannot do on online, no matter what server it is. So. Anyway, it looks like let's just hypothetically say that Eric takes this one. Then he's gonna face one of Pavel or Artem or Ilya, right? That looks like the. I think Artem is actually playing next weekend at the Keto Cup, so I hope he doesn't need to play games today. But of course, this is up to completely to the committee, our EGF side coordinator Natalia Kovaleva does all the hard work for us. So she's gonna nominate the player in case Ali loses this match. If Eric is to lose this match, then we have only one choice left in the AG18, which is Ryan Lee, of course. But there are still 3 EGF pros to choose from, basically. So
so I would say it's very important to know your style of play and fully use your style of play. I think Eric knows what he is good at and he tries to use them. I mean, from the Chinese opening, that is the opening that he used in many times in his tournament games, and he tried to use it, and that worked. Now the cut is working too.
Maybe we can actually go back and show a little bit of the low Chinese, because I think lots of people would really benefit from that. I think right now, of course, we're still gonna keep a close eye on the game just in case anything happens. Then of course we'll jump immediately back.
Nowadays, I'm sure that many of you did not see this kind of formation in pro games. This formation, or the Kobayashi opening formation, or mini Chinese opening formation, it's kind of disappeared. The reason why this kind of move is this kind of formations are disappeared is that professional players, they do not invest their stones on the side anymore in the opening stage. They invest on the corners. So that's why it disappeared. They do not invest their stones on the side because they believe it is too large. The opponent can easily come. So I studied Go in Korea about 3 months ago, about 1.5 months. I played against the Korean Yonggusaeng. You heard about the Korean Insei, how strong they are.
Yonggusaeng, that's the Korean.
And in that Go school, there was a Nakamura Sumire, who became a pro. The 10-year-old little girl.
Player now.
Unfortunately, I did not have chance to play against her, but her level was around Yonggusaeng or not level. Okay. there are 8 grades in Yonggusaeng, the first league, second league, third league, like that. And
so you went through it all.
Yeah, but let me tell you, she went to the Yonggusaeng, Korean Yonggusaeng, but had to come out of the Yonggusaeng because of the bad result. And after that, she got a pro. She became a pro in Japan. Anyway, I played against third league Insei.
Okay.
And I played against fourth league Insei and I won. So I thought that I was in between because the below the fourth league Insei players, I had quite good result, but couldn't win against the third one. Anyway, what was the point? Okay, so this one, they do not invest.
It was your story.
Yes. I give this because I want to inform one of my games that I played quite normal move, and the teacher, the professional player, said that it is unusual. So I want to share it. But what was it? I forgot. It was something.
Oh no!
It was something like this one. Let me explain. Here and this. Black's turn. Where would black play? It was not exactly like that, but I think many of you would play the move on the where is it? R11, is it? That looks quite obvious. I play the move like that. I remember the game. So I approach my opponent. Approaches this one. Again, I forgot. Sorry. This one, yes, I played here.
I love to like follow up, but I don't know the story. You only know the story.
It is exactly like that. I played this one. It was the game. And the professional player, the 9-dan, who is around the top 30, like that in Korean rank, he said that it is bad. It's questionable because white can come to the corner. But how it can be, questionable? Because this was kind of Juseki, that after here, black normally comes here, is it? And white jumps, black peeps once, answer. This is kind of, the Kobayashi opening, is it? Juseki. But nowadays, this kind of move is disappeared. This kind of move is that you put the stone on the side because the corner is open. So instead of this one, he suggested that black had to play a move like this or here to protect the corner because it opens the corner. So this is the move that black doesn't invest the stone on the side. So that kind of formation is disappeared because this is the move already that black could invest their stones on the side. But even though it is not the trendy move, Eric played and he got his style. This is not really the trendy style, but he knew how he can use it. So if you're good at some specific part, then in the tournament game, I think it is a good idea to use it. So for that, you need to know your style of play, what you're good at and what you're bad at. That is quite important.
Exactly. You need to identify your familiar style, right? Maybe some players like the framework stuff. I mean, I would say that actually, in the Fusec key, right? Of course, you talk about, for example, placing stones on the side, which might be seen as like slow nowadays because then you open up the corner. But then actually, the game actually is determined by how well you use your opening, right? It's not like after the Fusec key, the game is decided. Actually, there was one like fun tournament like this in Korea. I thought there was like this tournament that's like a Fusec key tournament. So you play like first 50, 60 moves, and then after that. You use like the score of the AI or something to like score it. Yeah. So it's sometimes it's like in that kind of thing it's possible to win in the right from
I
the
believe
beginning.
that if there is the game that I like and I can control, but the winning percentage is only 40 according to AI, or there is a game that I don't know how to handle, but 60% according to AI, then I prefer taking 40% one that I can handle. So I think on that matter, Eric tried it well to make this game as his style, and he made it. Okay. So this was a bit questionable that White plays Hane already, but still it was fine because White had this very nice situation here. But to play this one was too early. It was too small. It was only kind of end game because it is not connected to the corner issue. That's why Black takes Sente. and made this nice formation. And here, White could just play somewhere around here to look for invading later. I don't know, I'm not sure, but that is kind of trendy way. But White invade right away and play this one. That was pretty questionable. White had to try something else to have the better shape. Now it was quite tough. Even now, what I suggested was this one, is it? That White can jump. That's more annoying from Black side. Okay, but White just connected. And locally, it was not easy to save, but White can make the connection through the first line, is it? That was what we checked. That White plays this one. Then it was annoying. But no one played, and White start this cut, which doesn't look like working move. So it was quite desperate situation. And from the desperate situation, White made this nice life and death, this one. Okay. And yeah, Black lost. Black may play this one because Black was leading the game. But locally, Black had a chance to kill it. Anyway, even though White saved it, Black played the first move in the middle, so it was quite tough game. And after that, Eric judged it, this game pretty right. So he played in a very simple way. Just one missing part was this
Just polishing the board, as you said.
Right, polishing the board. The 3-3, that was quite good. If Black answers for this area, then White could try this, and maybe take everything like this. So he doesn't want to have that kind of stuff. Okay, I have corner. What about you? Like this. That was way simpler option that he chose. And when White plays here, Black steps back to eliminate the Hajin in the middle. Therefore, and White played here, but I suppose White had to play this f4 and f5, this one, and didn't. And Black got this. Black had to play one Atari. It was a lot better. But I think it is minor issue. So now game goes slowly. Even Black played this R17. So, Black is the top one. The Hane link on the F19. But still, that should be not really a big matter. I did not count it, but it should be fair enough for Black to win.
I think this is we're actually at 183. Now we're gonna see a finish of this game pretty soon. Looks like, actually, just a quick update on the time. Alpha Reader, that's Eric Louis, he has 2 pairs left, and Ali has 3 pairs left. So not really any sudden death stuff for this game. Anyway,
they have
so it looks like it looks like we're gonna see Eric take on one of the 3 pros, and these actually you've played these 3 pros, so you can actually talk about this, right? How would you rate them? What would you say the preference, or I guess the likelihood to win the game? Is it going to be actually 50-50, or do you think one player might have an edge over Eric, or Eric or the other way around?
Against whom? I mean, you mean one of the European players?
Yeah, well, Pavel or Artem or Ilya from your
according to the rating, the rating system in Europe is great. So according to the rating, the Ilya Shukshin is the top, and Pavel is second. He was second, but Mateusz became second, and Pavel is third. And traditionally, Pavel and Ilya was the top 2. I think the AJ also, Ryan Lee and Andy Ryu is like top 2 players. I mean, even though they are same pro, they have some strength difference, I suppose. If so, then Andrew and Ryan Lee is a top 2 ace of the team, and Pavel and Ilya is the top 2 in European pro world. So if one of them comes, I think Pavel comes, because I think they would keep Ilya because he is like a final boss.
So but actually, don't forget about Artem. Artem actually won the professional championship this year, and also he got to the final of the Grand Slam. So I suppose if you look at these tournament records, then he actually, in some way, he's doing better than both Pavel and Ilya.
Oh, okay. But according to the rating, there is a
Yeah.
rating system, and it shows the history of the players.
Yeah.
According to that, Pavel and because Pavel and Ilya always shared the European champion title and some Grand Slam title like this.
Pavel
So
is actually the defending European champion at the moment. So
yes.
he won last summer. It was pretty...
Ilya plays. I played against Ilya just one or two times, and Pavel also just one time. That both players are very good at the reading part, the power.
Yeah.
The more like the Eric style. So when one of them comes, then we can see the big fight. I think.
Oh, that's cool. I look forward to that.
That would be cool.
Pavel, like I think all of them are attacking players, and that's gonna be that's gonna be a festival for sure.
Right. And the Artem is more calm style. I played against him like 4 or 5 times, and all the time he plays in a very proper way. Very proper. He's very good at the territorial part of Go, but maybe he's a bit weaker than the other players in the power part, the reading part. Maybe
actually he plays some nice games as well. I remember in the final game of the Pro Championship when he beat Ali, I think he killed the dragon or something. So Artem, I suppose he can also pull out the sword if he needs to.
Yeah, maybe he got changes because I played against him when he was not pro. All the games.
It's been a while.
But I think his style of play was quite solid.
Right.
Yes,
nice. For the most part, he doesn't actually engage in all these fights. So
yeah. So if he comes, then we can see this kind of style games that one collect lots of points and the other one attacks. That is also interesting too.
I think some people would say that Artem is almost like the European Lee Chun-ho style, sort of.
Yes.
He's very calm. That's his personality.
And his personality is also very calm.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, in any case, it'll be interesting. But
for sure.
If Pavel comes, it'll be more interesting.
Actually, Pavel, I mean, this year, right? He didn't win any of the major tournaments so far, but yeah, he's very good at coming back, especially when he's behind. We've seen some pretty crazy stuff over there on the EGF Twitch channel when we stream these tournaments. He really manages to pull out all these, fancy comebacks. A couple of times, of course, it didn't happen in the end, but he got really close, and we all thought, wow, he could manufacture that from a losing position. We're all pretty impressed there.
But he showed me, told me that his weakest point, he plays so quickly. So I asked him why you play so quickly. I mean, you can take more time. And he said that if I get into Virmi, then I don't know where I would play. That's what he said. So that's the reason why he plays quickly, to avoid the Virmi. And
so
the game,
he likes the intuition.
Yeah, he has a good intuition, and he doesn't have much experience in Virmi. So that's why when he gets in Virmi, then he really plays unstable way. So I played against him, and I won because he got into Virmi and played many mistakes in Virmi.
Right.
I think that is one thing what we should check if he comes.
Yeah. Anyway, I think the game is going to finish up now. We've come to places.
Okay. Well, I need to play an additional move. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe Ali does not know. I should know it.
They should know. Yeah. Okay, so now they're counting.
Okay.
This is. I probably should have told them how to do that count on OGS, but it looks like they can manage it. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like Eric has a lot more actually.
How big is the difference?
Yes, 122 versus Ali's 87. So actually, Black wins by 24.5 points in the end. That is the final result. Yeah. So that's actually really big. I mean, including the Komi, almost like 30 points. It's more than 30 points actually. So now we have the official result. We can confirm for you that Eric Louis, the one-time professional from the AGA team, has defeated Ali Jabarin, the two-time professional from Israel. Now the games are finished. We're just going to take a short break and try to get the winner's interview on the stream. So we'll try to get Eric on the line now. And yeah, we'll just be back in a few seconds. All right, guys, welcome back from the break. Just took a short break for a few seconds to set up everything technically. Now we have a final result for you. Game 5 of the Transatlantic Professional Team Championship is over. So it looks like Eric Louis, the one professional, has won. He takes 1 point for Team AGA. Looks like the overall score is going to be 2-3. Now we have the winner on the line. Eric, congratulations.
Thank you, Stephen.
Yeah.
So when did you feel that you're gonna win this game?
So actually, after a low right, I was in a very good position, but I played badly in the middle game and
Okay.
almost gave him a chance to catch up, I think.
I thought in the end you did pretty well though. To just take it solidly, the top left corner, just keep it simple, and then after that, I think you were still winning by a lot. So in the end, actually, it was a pretty big margin, wasn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. After I captured four stones on the bottom, I was sure. Yeah.
Before that, you were not sure. Because it was.
I thought I was ahead, but I didn't. I didn't know the exact number.
Okay.
So
I checked. Sorry, I checked some of your games in advance, and you played many of Chinese opening formation in the opening stage. Is it your favorite opening, right? For sure.
Yeah, kind of. I'm playing it.
Okay. I think you used it pretty well.
Yeah, that was really well done. So it looks like actually we have the next opponent already. It's been announced that Pavel Lisi, 2-dan professional from Slovakia, also the current defending European champion, will be playing you in the next round, Eric. What do you make of that?
I've played him a couple of times, and I'm looking forward to a tough game.
You already have played against him?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So you already know each other, how they play. I mean, how you guys play.
Yeah, I know him pretty well.
Okay, good. So it's gonna be very interesting. I believe that you like to have the fighting. You make the larger framework and bring opponent into your home ground and fight. That is your favorite style, I suppose.
Yeah.
And Pavel also really likes the local combat. So
right.
I'm expecting 2 fighters match. That'll be so interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, and I hope you show another good game next week.
Thank you.
Yep. Stephen is off the line, so I should maybe handle this case.
Let's see if that works. Looks like it's working. Okay, cool. So, oh, you're back? Okay. So, okay. So, hey, Steven, let's
All right, sorry about that. Okay, it's my internet connection this time, but because we're running on mobile data here. But now we're back. So Eric, yeah, congratulations. That was quite funny. So I think the next game is gonna be Sunday, right? June the 9th.
The same time, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All right. So it looks like that's going to be the same time at I think 8 p.m. Central European Summer Time and 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So looks like we're gonna we're still gonna host it on the same channel that's of course twitch.tv/YoScoWeb. But anyway, looks like that's it for tonight. Thank you so much, Insong, for your wonderful commentary.
Yeah, thank you.
That was one of the best reviews I've ever had. So really, I appreciate all the insights, put into this commentary.
I hope the people enjoyed it.
Sure. Yeah. Once again, just at the very end, we're trying to make this thing annual. So all our internet troubles will be fixed finally. So if you would like to contribute to this project, please consider donating to the EGF or the AGA. Try to use the hashtags Transatlantic Go or Team EGF or Team AGA, and then of course be sure to share this on social media. Try to become an EGF or AGA member. So the game 6, like we said, will be June the 9th. That's probably I believe taking black against Eric Louis, one professional taking white. So we'll see you then. Have a good night.